I didn't just drop an album. I dropped a season. A story with characters, arcs, drama, time jumps. Senior year isn't just music. It's a show disguised as an album. 3 skits, 8 songs, 11 episodes. And this is how I made that album into a TV show. When I started senior year, I didn't just want it to be a playlist of songs. I wanted it to be a show that you could binge from start to finish, with every track being an episode to a bigger story. I always wanted to write a show and make a soundtrack for it, but knew I had to wait decades to do it right. It's very expensive. Then it hit me. Why wait? I combined my music with my hunger and aptitude for storytelling. This idea started by accident in House Party, an album of mine set after senior year. I wanted to make some bangers, but then on a random weekend on a trip to London, I got introduced to Kendrick Lamar and had my first listen of To Pimp a Butterfly. I thought, I can't. My album has to mean something. This continued in my last album, Lisbon, where I began from the start, telling my origin story from the death of my mother to starting to make music. My entire story in the city of Lisbon, where I grew up in. It's as much season 1 of my saga as it is a love note to the city. Senior year of high school. It's the perfect setting for season 2. It's emotional, it's chaotic, it's transitional. It felt like the most intense season of my life. As you've probably noticed, I've mentioned 3 albums: Lisbon, Senior Year, and House Party. That's their chronological order, and they're all available to stream everywhere. But today, we're talking about my latest one, Senior Year. I came into this album with an idea. I had the story set and every song was important, and I wanted to give each of them a time to show. More so, I grew tired of album fillers and quality songs being lost in an album release. Why create so many songs just to publish them all at once? In this day and age, it's counterproductive for smaller artists like myself. Even mainstream artists are losing album streams every year compared to their single releases. So I made all the songs singles, like episodes in a series. Let me show you exactly how I structured it. First we have Act 1, setting up the characters, where they're at, and introducing the main plot and their new situation. Then Act 2, the characters progress steadily into their new environment, but complications arrive as they reach the point of no return, and the stakes get higher. This leads us, of course, to Act 3, where everything comes crashing down, and the character has to pick themselves back up for their finale and the big climax of the story. The point where everything led to and everything is resolved. We then have the aftermath of the story, where we catch up with the character and we see how they evolved and who they've become. Now let's break this down into episodes and how I connected each of them. Act 1, the setup. This is where it all begins. The first day of school, high hopes, new connections. Think of this as episode 1 of the season. Everything feels like it's about to change. Pieces begins the summer after the last season, Lisbon, where I moved to a different city. It's the first day of freshman year, and as I approach the school, my thoughts are where they often are, in music. How my efforts seem to go unnoticed with all these underground rappers. I can't find my identity to stand out. I also meet my best friend. He's the guy on the album cover. And still in the song, we time jump to the first day of senior year. Diogo, my best friend, and I are now brothers, and I'm losing feelings for my girlfriend and gaining a crush on one of my friends. On Event Horizon, 2 months pass where Twist breaks up with his girlfriend and he and his crush fall in love. Chaos comes in this song and makes it 1,000 times better, adding to the theme whilst not taking away from the story.
Mom, I'm listening to Twist. Who the fuck is that?
Okay, this one is for shits and giggles. I had the idea right after waking up, recorded it on the phone, 1 take, and it was done. Put it on the album. Timmy is my way of saying I don't usually make happy love songs. You know what I mean? Act 2, the conflict. Every show hits a point where things start to fall apart. This is that part of the album. Love turns to heartbreak, mistakes happen, a lot of mistakes, and nothing feels certain.
In a lost space, I need healing them, and now even when I'm scared, brave. Left in a raw state, can only face it, I'm not one to stand face.
Deadshot is where things start falling apart piece by piece. I get too focused on my relationship that I start feeling lost in myself and feel the old me slipping away. My ability to rap is there, but it's missing some soul.
Listen up close and not here for the gossip, here for the gospel. For God, I'm a God that'll walk right above you.
LOD comes into this song for two reasons. Because it's around that time I got to know him, and his verse symbolizes his own growth as a person and how he and his growth are a symbol of what I should be.
I'm calling her phone, the address says Egypt, so I'm in denial. But that bitch from Detroit, I knew it, she tricked me into sending her thousands of bucks on PayPal.
Thank You For That is 100% a true story, no deviations whatsoever. I indeed got scammed by someone pretending to be an A&R for Atlantic Records. That's crazy. They were very thorough, and I was very naive. I needed this win because my relationship was just giving me anxiety, so I felt like I needed a win. Check out the full song. It explains everything way better. It's a full story, and it's still short to listen to. It's 2 minutes. It's 2 minutes and 2 very worthy minutes of a listening experience.
I don't know.
Oh, come on. It was pretty obvious.
The Selfish Kids is set right after the events of the last song, where I tell my girlfriend what transpired me, and she calls me out on it, calling me dumb. And it's valid, but she says this.
Why would someone from a record label be interested in your music?
That's fucked up. This skit has 2 goals. Number 1 is to show the audience what I was going through on a day-to-day basis and how this girl does care but just goes about it in a completely wrong way. Show you what I'm dealing with as a character. And 2, it acts as the middle ground, transitioning from the first part of the album to the second. It grabs the plot point of Thank You For That, establishes new information, and then brings us directly to the next song, where everything starts to move towards the climax of the album.
I see I'm not the one, I'm just the one that she yelling at. Can't believe I told you that for you I go to hell and back. Could've asked you if you don't go where you already at. Can somebody tell me where the fuck she getting ready at? I'm getting fucking tired, it's an hour, she ain't texting back.
Sober Prom follows a lineage of 2 other songs that I've started on Lisbon. Drunk at Prom and Sobering Thoughts. So I put them both together. Sober at Prom. Now it's not only wordplay as a title, it makes sense. Because I'm not only sober literally, but I'm sober emotionally. You get what I mean, right? You guys aren't dumb. The girlfriend, Cassie, her name's Cassie, she skips prom, stood me up completely to hang out with friends. Now this isn't to imply she cheated or anything, and this didn't even actually happen in real life because our prom was during COVID. I just needed something to hit the audience with, you know what I mean? To hit the audience in the heart, because of course the audience won't feel the anxiety I felt during 9 months of a relationship on an 11-track album. You know what I mean? Like, to do that, every track would have to have that feeling, which I could have done, but I didn't want to do. I feel like it would be too much of the same for me. It'd be boring, and it would also make it unable to have the songs work, all of them as singles.
Isn't it exciting? Finally got my diploma.
After the prom, we skip to graduation day, where they call Cassie's ex.
After this,
wait,
we could...
shut up. I think it's his turn.
Whose turn?
My ex's. I want to see his reaction.
Okay, I don't think
Pedro, be quiet. I want to hear them say his name.
So I decide.
I'm breaking up with her. I have to.
Act 3, the resolution. Closure doesn't always mean a happy ending, but it does mean growth. Prom, graduation, looking back on everything, on the years, everything that happened, you know. Finally, I decide enough is enough. I break up with Cassie.
But no one can change a show when they're releasing it. Instead of making broken pieces fit, I got up and saw it wasn't even my own featurette.
This song is the climax of the story, the final battle per se. I realize she's bad for me and isn't gonna change, and I break things off with her. I use featurette as a symbol of the decision, saying I haven't been active in our story and instead was watching our movie from outside, only to realize this wasn't what I came here to see. The theater isn't where I belong. It's not my movie.
I was burned out, but I'm back. Back instrumental attacking. We need wordsmiths with a passion. I bring to you what they lacking. Wings up on me like I'm Mazro. Bitch, I'm too fly.
Burned Out has a big time jump. It's now 5 months later, November, 1 week before the start of House Party. I've moved on from Cassie and I'm back being single with a newfound confidence, although a bit forced still. As I've never felt confident before, I don't know what it's like. It's that fake it till you make it mentality. I'm truly back with much improved wordplay skills and a new drive and motivation for my goals. My vision is clearer, as showcased in the song.
Fuck saying my name, you motherfuckers know who I am. You say I'm feeling blue, but I'm leaning more to sign. If she asking for the dick back, then I proceed to sign. But I throw a house party, all I need is drinks fine.
The ending, no other way to put it. This song is a book close on the story, but at the same time, also getting you ready for the next chapter, as I know exactly who I am, and more importantly, who I should be. Senior year is over, and the next phase of my life is about to start. In House Party. The only question is, am I focused on the right things? It's a question that the album House Party answers perfectly. It's a bit more nuanced, a little bit harder to understand, but still it's a very good listen. And well, you'll tell me. Every track had to feel like an episode, self-contained, but also building the bigger story. Because as I marketed each song like the next episode for my followers, I also marketed each song as a single for new, less patient listeners, basically. As well as indirect marketing techniques like songs on the backgrounds of scenes, memes, etc. So they couldn't be too connected. And I hit the sweet spot perfectly, bro. This is my most complete project. I found the perfect mix of emotion, bars, quality, and storytelling, while not taking myself too seriously. Makes me excited for what I have coming. Mapping it out like a season helped me stay focused. It gave me a blueprint to work my creativity towards. But emotionally, I still had to live it again track by track. It's helped me move on better from everything, just like in Lisbon. Some songs were done easily, others took weeks. It was especially exciting because I already had what happened before and after written. So as much as this was me exploring and improving my craft and balance, with a lot of creative space, I was also building a bridge between projects, making songs I've had in my head for years and others on pure impulse. With my entire past now told, I can again turn my attention to the present and write my story as I live it. The album's goal wasn't just to make something different, it was to tell a story that felt real. Something you don't just listen to, but experience. That's what a great show does, and hopefully that's what Senior Year does too. If you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. You can stream Senior Year everywhere. Let me know in the comments about your favorite episode in this little season. And if you're working on a story-driven project and want any tips, ask them below. I'd love to answer them.
But no one can change a show when they're releasing it. Instead of making broken pieces fit, I should leave my seat and read the name of my own featurette.